Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hill College. Your Dallas Tigers in the second game of a doubleheader. This time taking on the Houston Miracles. Houston Miracles, obviously up from Houston, coached by David Clyde. This second game of the World Series being run by TSL Baseball. Blue has changed into their traditional powder blue out of that dark black that they were wearing last game. Smart move on their part. Austin Sanford's your starting pitcher for the Dallas Tigers today. Austin, the 6'2" right-hander. Warmed up at about 78 miles an hour on the fastball, 70 at the changeup and curveball. We'll get to see what he does at the game speed. Starting third baseman, Landon Longsworth. Shortstop, Chaz Peterson. First pitch of the game for a strike. Your shortstop, Dawson Shelburne. Your first baseman, Tate Trueblood, winning pitcher from the earlier game. Right field, Brenton McMahon. There's a swing and a foul ball over the screen for strike two. Center field, Ty Manning, number 2, and left field, Connor Lynch. So same defensive lineup we had last game with the exception of Trueblood moving to first base off the pitcher's mound. Sanford just misses outside. The first batter being disciplined there. It's the 1-2 count. A swing and a foul ball down the third base line. Keeps the count at 1-2. So we're at Hill College in Hillsboro, Texas, home of the Rebels. Swinging another foul ball. So leadoff batter doing his job here. Getting to see coming up on the 7th pitch by Austin Sanford. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Already out of baseballs. Regather the balls. The blue calling to both dugouts. Try to fill up the sack. And that's a called strike 3 for the first out of the inning.
69-mile-an-hour changeup, I think, on the inside. Sanford gets the first man down. Let's see what number he was. So that brings up the second batter of the inning. 1 out. Sanford starts out with a fastball at 81 on the outside of the plate. Ball 1.
Swinging a foul off the left side over third base and out of play. Wearing the baseballs out here early in the second game.
Yeah, that's about the 5th one out of play. Houston Miracles in the navy blue top. Dallas Tigers once again in their white tops. Just misses down and away. That ball was a strike with his partner in the last game, but we got a 2-1 count at this point. Ball low again. Miracles are going numberless in this game as well, at least the first 2 batters. You do see a number 9 in the on deck.
That one's hit deep to left center, but Ty easily getting a good break on it as usual. Ranges over and makes the catch. About a 325-foot slicing fly ball, just into left center, easily hauled in by Manning.
No doubt, no doubt. So number 9, our first right-handed batter of the game, comes up with 2 outs and no men on.
That one in there for a strike.
Straight back over the fence into the parking lot for strike 2. (0-2) curveball, ducking out of the zone, but number 9 is able to get enough on it to foul it out of play for our 6th or 7th ball out of play. Gonna have the runners running today. Woo! It's a close Close to a swing there. I guess he did not offer, according to Blue, and no challenge down the first baseline.
I would have tested that one out, I believe.
Yeah.
Might have got the call there.
I think he went, but no appeal down the first. That's low, just below the zone again. Protecting that 1-2 count. Hoping to get him to chase. Takes the count to 2-2. Right down the gut this time, and the batter's late. Fouls it down the first base line. Keeps the count at 2.
That's the first one we've seen hit 80. Fastball. On this warm day. Curveball.
Swing and a
That one
miss,
definitely committed there.
70-mile-an-hour curveball ends the top of the first. So once again, your Tigers are the home team, and they'll be up to bat in the bottom of the first when we return.
Okay, I just didn't know if you were staying or not.
Welcome back for the bottom of the first inning. Dallas Tigers versus the Houston Miracles. No score in the bottom of the first as the Tigers starting pitcher Austin Sanford puts the Miracles down 1-2-3. 2 strikeouts and a fly out to Ty Manning. Bottom of the first, Ty Manning leading off for the Tigers. Takes ball 1 high. Fouls that 78-mile-an-hour fastball back over the screen to even the count at 1. Cole Solomon on deck, your catcher for the game today. And it's a high pop fly behind the screen. A little high fastball again in the upper 70s. Ty Manning chasing on probably a bad pitch there. Takes the count to 1-2. We'll look for him to extend this at bat. Hill College baseball, the home of the Rebels. We're at their ballpark. That's a ball low for ball 2. 325 to the left field foul pole, 320 to the right field foul pole. 375 in the corners. Raised wall, looks like to be about 20 feet high at center field, and probably at about 400. Curveball misses way up, and that'll make the count full. Ty Manning doing the leadoff job of seeing quite a few pitches here and trying to show the rest of the team what this pitcher has. Payoff pitch, and a swing and a hard ball, but it's way up in the air. Left fielder ranging to it and makes the catch. And your eyes aren't wrong, that's Matt Natola catching in left field for your Houston Miracles. Matt Natola, a Dallas Tiger wearing the white jersey out there. So as you've guessed it, we've started the game with only 8 Houston Miracles. And so the Dallas Tigers put themselves out in the first at bat, with Matt Natola catching the foul ball, or the fly ball. Brings up Cole Solomon with 1 out. And a swing and another shot out to Matt Natola, who ranges back, has the play, and catches the set for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs made by the Tigers in both directions. And that'll bring up the hot-hitting Connor Lynch in the 3-hole. Two outs in the bottom of the second.
Got to meet one of my childhood heroes right there, David Clyde, pitched for the Westchester High School where I went. 9 years old when he ran through the senior season. Ended up pitching for the Rangers that summer. Drafted number 1 out of high school and immediately put in the bigs.
Yeah, a very great story in a lot of ways, and a terribly sad story in a lot of ways. It's saved the Ranger franchise by getting the attendance way up near a terrible, or during a terrible season for the Rangers during his rookie year, literally days after winning the state championship. But injuries and overuse had him out of the league 4 years later. Tell a little bit more about it, but you can grab your Google and look up David Clyde and read a great Wikipedia article on him and some of the mistakes that were made in terms of his career. Low strike call there, shocking Connor Lynch as he and everybody else, I think, believed that that was ball. They're going to count 2-2. And a swing and right off the middle of the bat, but it's going up the middle, and really not much of a play there for the shortstop, who ranged over behind second base. A lot of distance to cover. Not sure he's going to be able to set his feet and make the throw, but not able to come up with that ball cleanly, and likely going to be scored an error nonetheless. Connor Lynch standing on first base.
It was going to be a difficult play, but he got there in time and just couldn't come up with the handle.
Yep.
And Connor not very far down the line at the time, so just a scoop and a throw would have had him out.
Dawson Shelburne takes ball one. Shelburne in the 4-hole batting, playing second base today.
Digs in, 1-0 the count.
Swing and a miss on a 75-mile-an-hour fastball. Connor Lynch going on the pitch, slides in, throws way to the left, and gets away from the shortstop, making sure there's no play. Now time's called, and Connor Lynch will walk off a little bit of a Charlie horse that he got as he slid in, maybe improperly or just roughly into the bag.
It was a rough and tumble slide there for sure, and it might have been a hit and run. That ball a little in on the fist, but Dawson looked like he was swinging at the get-go there.
Yeah.
Put the runners in motion with 2 outs, but we've got a runner in scoring position now for Dawson. Maybe we can take an early lead in this game as well.
1-1 the count. Comes set. Steps off the rubber. Not comfortable with the lead. No one really holding Connor Lynch. And now the catcher wants to discuss it. Probably going over signs, as we've talked about before. You get that runner at second. Got to do things a little bit differently. Probably giving 2 and 3 signs to the pitcher, and we got to make sure that the pitcher and the catcher both know which sign is going to be the real pitch. Shelburne digs in. Pitcher looks in for the sign. Comes set. And the pitch. In the dirt for ball 2. Shelburne ahead on the count here. He'll be looking for something he can drive and get that RBI and the early lead for the Tigers.
That one's out. Ball 3. And he's got it waist high. If he gets this over the plate, I look for Dawson to crush this one. He is standing at the ready, and he's been very disciplined about the strike zone so far today. And that one is down the middle. He did rip at it, but he missed it, and it's fouled out back behind the screen.
So that fills the count, 3-2. 2 outs. Connor Lynch at second. Dawson Shelburne looking to get the RBI at the plate. And it's down the middle and a hard line drive. This will challenge Matt Natola's speed. 1 hop into the wall. Connor Lynch will score easily, and Shelburne jogging into second base as the cutoff man receives it. So all 3 balls that have been put in play have been put in play to Matt Natola, the Dallas Tiger, picking up the slack for the Miracles. This one, a hit all the way and a stand-up double RBI to get the Tigers on the board early.
A good swing. He's just been had that look about him, and looked like a little changeup or a curveball that didn't have much bite on it, and he spanked it into really left field.
Put it right out in the middle for him, and he was way ahead of it. First pitch into the dirt to Landon Longsworth, your 5-hole batter. Ernest on deck. Hard hit ball. This is going to make a tough play for the shortstop. It gets away from him. Shelburne's being waved home. Natola picks up the ball and he's got him at first. And he does. He rings him up at first. Natola came in from left field to back up the play by the third baseman and shortstop. Shortstop touched the ball and it rolled into left field. Shelburne was able to score on it. Landon Longsworth rounds first hard. Natola comes up, throws behind him to first base, and gets the tag out for the out. However, the run does score, makes the Tigers lead 2-0 after one. We'll be back with the top of the second in one moment. Number 44 up, right?
Sanford back to work in the top of the second. Welcome back. And the first pitch of the inning is a swinging strike one.
Dallas Tigers put 2 on the board in the bottom of the first. Did so on no hits.
One hit.
One hit. RBI double by Dawson Shelburne after Lynch reached on an error by the shortstop. Then Lynch was brought home after the error by the shortstop allowed Longsworth to reach. Completed the play by picking him off. Swing and a miss for strike 3 will complete the play by the throw down to first base. Pearson Monroe to Tate Trueblood. Pearson Monroe in at catcher. Looks like we're platooning for Cole Solomon.
And Natola in on all 3 outs there for the Miracles.
No doubt about it. Tiger putting out the Tigers for all 3 outs.
Who thankfully jogged back to the Tiger dugout. Swinging a foul to start the second batter of the inning.
So it's 2-0, your Dallas Tigers leading the Houston Miracles. Houston Miracles coached by David Clyde, former Major League Baseball player for your Texas Rangers, as well as the Houston Astros.
Cleveland Indians. I think he tried a comeback with the Astros, and that comeback was several years after his injury, and did not make it all the way back to the bigs at that time.
Austin Sanford looking sharp on the mound, facing his 5th batter of the game, already with 3 strikeouts. And ahead again on the batter. Two count, 1 out. Number 29 at the plate.
A curveball, 66, and rings up another.
There you go. This first backward K just absolutely froze number 29. Probably a little bit higher than he was thinking would be called a strike, but we're still early and Blue's still establishing the zone. So that 4th strikeout of the game so far for Austin Sanford, who's clearly dealing from the mound. Brings in a curveball below the belt for strike 1.
And gets the call there on the black on the outside to go up 0-2, and buys to strike out the side here in the second.
Number 11, a little perplexed there, doesn't know what to do now. Not sure what Sanford's going to bring him. Sanford gives him the Tiger 2 shake and delivers a high heat and a swing and miss, and he struck out the side. Tigers put him down in order, get the shutdown inning after putting 2 on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the second with your Dallas Tigers leading 2-0, and Brandon Ernest will be leading us off. We'll be back in a moment. I can't believe we got into the 20s. I can't believe we got into the 20s.
Oh, no.
Must not be anything else going on. Welcome back to Hill College baseball field, home of the Rebels. Brandon Ernest in the batter's box to lead off in the bottom of the second. Takes strike 1 down the middle. Pitcher number 37. Throwing a fastball in the mid-70s, off speed in the upper 60s, and that is an off-speed pitch left it way up at 60 miles an hour. Tigers going to have to stay back on those pitches. Miracles have had their 9th player arrive, so Matt Natola no longer out in left field for them. Involved in all 3 outs in the bottom of the first inning.
Gets the call low and away. runs the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Last time up, Brendan Ernest in the last game had a double for 2 RBI, but swing and strikeout here. A little bit up in the zone, but not one you can't swing at. Just missed on it. That's 1 out, brings up Chaz Peterson. .37 in the windup, looks in and then delivers the pitch. And it's a swing foul ball over the first base dugout. And his curveball again misses up. 63 miles an hour that time. Chaz would like to see him hang one of those in the zone. Ball low, takes the count to 2-1. Chaz Peterson, your shortstop for the Dallas Tigers today, looking to get on the board. Low and outside, ball 3. Should be sitting on a fastball here. Oh, and right after he tosses the bat, Blue makes the late call. Tate Trueblood will toss the bat back to Chaz Peterson, who will bat with a full count.
It looked to be a little low. Chaz didn't immediately walk off, but the call was delayed there.
Fouls that first payoff pitch up and over the screen. So we'll see a full count pitch again.
I don't think that does any favors for you, but that probably didn't hurt with his relationship with Blue. He drills one to left field. Left fielder going back up against the wall and makes the catch over the shoulder, right at the base of the wall and straight away left center. Playing deep on the play, and once again the ball finding the new player on the field, but this one comes up with the play.
Chaz Peterson clearly smoked that when he was looking fastball, got 76 mile an hour one right down the middle of the plate, ripped it into the left center gap, more left center, but well positioned and good hustle by the left fielder, and it's just a long out. Brings Tate Trueblood to the plate. First pitch outside for ball 1. Trueblood sporting the goatee today.
Check swing foul over the screen behind us. We're spraying balls all over the yard. I'm not sure there's any retrievers out there either, so it's maybe a tough day for baseballs. That one's going to get the strike, running in on him. Probably a good take right there, one you'd probably foul off your foot.
At best. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tate Trueblood,
who's leaning out over the plate and chops a outside fastball back to the pitcher. Easily retired, goes 1-3, and that'll retire the Tigers in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Your score after 2 full, 2-0.
We'll be right back.
Left fielder.
Well, welcome back to Hill College. Dallas Tigers leading 2-0 against the Houston Miracles. Our late arriving player who made such a great play is the leadoff batter, and he hits a fly ball right to our man Ty Manning. Ranges back a little bit to his left for the first out of the inning. So no warm-up at all for the left fielder. He comes in, gets a rip that he's got to run down, and then as soon as he gets to the dugout, they hand him a bat. So the top of the third, Tigers leading 2-0, and that's the first out. Brings up number 7. Just misses on the inside corner.
A little delay. Thought he might give the delayed strike call there. It sure looked good from here. That one's in there for a strike, evening the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So far it's been a 2-person defensive battle for the Tigers. Sanford's either struck him out or gotten a fly ball to Ty Manning. Just misses on the inside with the curveball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That one's going to go for a base hit to right field, hard on the ground. A clean single all the way.
There goes the no-no, as they say, right? That brings up a defensive change, and we just noticed Cole Solomon now holding the bag at first for Tate Trueblood. Not coming back in to catch. Pearson Monroe staying behind the dish. Trying to work as many players in and out of the dugout probably as possible in this game to give them as much rest as possible. That misses low for ball one.
A little down on the speed. Might have been a changeup that just fell out just low. 73 miles an hour on that one.
Misses inside for ball two. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Man on first, Tigers leading 2-0 in the top of the third here at Hill College, Junior College in Hillsboro, Texas. And there's a fly ball, backing Ty Manning up. Got a little carry in it, but Ty Manning was on it all the way, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
That'll bring the leadoff, number 20. Now donning the jersey. Maybe their last player brought the jerseys.
There you go.
Sanford starts out with the ball outside. This was a good battle in the top of the first with a 9 or 10 pitch at bat.
Behind in the count 2-0 now.
Sanford finally striking him out, but now behind 2-0. A throw over, just checking on the runner.
Looks like a set-up B move there.
Not a lot of intensity behind that one, just checking in on him, letting him dive back in. Now to the plate for strike one.
Working the inside of the plate there.
This leadoff hitter is very close to the plate. When it is all said and done, kind of continues to creep forward as the bat goes along. Pearson setting up away and missing away.
I think Pearson wanted that in the zone and maybe just down in the bottom corner, but Sanford missing just a little bit outside.
I like him working inside on this where this man is standing, but he misses it wide again. I don't think they really got settled there, and that puts 2 men on with 2 outs. And our first mound visit of the day.
Pace is good. Sanford's working well. It's just missing the spots on that batter, and probably just a settle down kind of visit that Bankston's telling him, hey, we know what we're doing here. We got 2 outs. Let's get the easy out, get back in the dugout, do some hitting. And that's all he needs. We'll see him back in the dugout. That brings up the 2-hole batter. Also with a jersey now. Number 1 in your program. Flew out to center field his first time up. The only batter of the first 5 to actually put the ball in play. Actually first 6 to put the ball in play.
Sanford looks for a new baseball. Might see a few scuff from the parking lot. The balls have been flying around in foul ball territory. And he starts him out with a fastball down the middle. Manning with a good jump, and he easily ranges back. Another well-hit ball, maybe carries 355 out there to not quite straightaway center, a little to Ty's left, but Ty had it all measured all the way.
That's a deep shot. He made me nervous, I got to admit, but he gets to full speed so quickly. So they don't go down in order, but they go down without scoring any runs. Leave 2 on the bases. The Tigers take a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the third, and we'll be right back. You go ahead and take this in if you want.
All right, here we are back at Hill College, home of the Rebels. Pearson Monroe leading off the Tiger bottom half of the third. And he sends a chopper, second baseman shading that way, easily makes a running throw and a catch. First baseman got his foot tangled up with Pearson as he crossed, but it's an out that goes 4-3. First pitch swinging, first pitch retiring.
Bottom of the third, Tigers leading 2-0.
That'll bring up Brenton McMahon, pardon me. Who looks at a ball outside. Fastball at 76 miles an hour. And that one missing just high, so it runs 2-0. He's seen 2 fastballs now. This is where you can really set on one. You've seen the pitch. You're looking for a specific area. And you swing and miss, so the ball just outside.
Yeah, he gave him that fastball, and it was probably a ball 3. But Brenton was wanting it so badly, couldn't lay off.
That's going to run at 3-1. Steady diet of 76 mile an hour fastballs here. He's got to have it measured up.
Gets the call there. That's getting to be a consistent call. Blue's not interested in giving a bunch of base on balls. He's going to make him swing.
Brenton questioning the call a little bit, not aggressively, but had a quick chat with Blue behind the plate. Gets a pitch in the same area and is able to foul that one off, reaching across the plate, fouling it back to the screen.
Just as we had last inning, our last game, this is definitely a pitcher's strike zone. You're not going to be able to do much with those pitches that they're calling strikes, and Brenton does all he can just to foul that one off and spoil that pitch.
That one fouled straight back. That one had a little more on it. As the pitcher reached back on that 3-2 pitch, brought it in at 79. It appeared Brenton was right on it, though.
Once again, we're struggling for baseballs. This is low and away on that one.
Takes ball 4. And that'll bring up the Miracles starting left fielder, Matt Natolo.
Matt Natolo batting in the what are we calling this? The 11th hole, 10th hole for the Dallas Tigers. For those of you joining us late, the Miracles had to start the game with only 8. Dallas Tigers gifted him a player in left field. And of course, as always happens, the ball finds him. He gets 2 flyouts into left field in the first inning and then makes the final out by throwing behind the runner to first base.
This
There's
ball
a
is
sharp
shot
right ball.
hard down the right field line that's in for extra bases.
He's hit 2 easily.
Bankston waving Brenton around, and it is a stand-up double. Throw comes into third base. Brenton McMahon scores easily all the way from first to make the score 3-0 Tigers.
Matt Natolo thought hard about making that turn and continuing on to third base, but the waving that Coach Bankston was doing was to get Brenton home, and he quickly got his arms up to stop Natolo. Although it would have been interesting to see him go because that throw was good 15 feet off and had to be caught by the backup man. That brings up Ty Manning as we roll through into the top of the order.
Takes the ball high and away. Ty flew out to left field to start the game for the Tigers. Now batting with 1 out, man in scoring position down at second base in Matt Natolo, who lays down a beautiful bunt. The umpire with no line to work with calls it just foul. He had it measured up. It's really difficult for him, but an all-grass infield, no lines whatsoever. Bankston running out there, really questioning that, but there is no question. It's all judgment, and I must say, at least Blue took it seriously and had it measured up.
He was standing there waiting and give it to the pitcher for being confident enough to go touch that ball, thinking it had gone foul. That takes the count to 1-1, 1 out with Ty Manning at the plate, Matt Natolo at second. The delivery's away from the catcher, ball outside in the dirt, and Natolo will move easily down to third base.
This puts a lot of options in play. Ty, obviously a very good bunter. The count 2-1. You got Matt Natolo at third base with just one out. So the squeeze is in play, the safety squeeze. We're just looking for Ty to get a ball lifted into the outfield. The middle infield is actually playing back, so a ground ball, and this will do it. It's a fly ball to deep center field. Center fielder makes a nice running catch, just shading a little bit toward left center, but that'll plate the run for a sacrifice fly for Ty Manning.
Left-handed center fielder, the ball was easily on glove side. He only had to take about 10 steps to his right rear to make the catch. But Ty gets the job done, RBI, 4-0, Tigers. Solomon at the plate now.
Who, crowding the plate, takes the ball inside, not flinching.
Almost caught his foot. Got hit by pitch that way in the first game today. And I wouldn't have been surprised to see him heading down to first there.
Slightly open stance and watches the ball hit the outside corner. Even the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning. Bases clear. And that's a ball low and in. I don't think the pitcher likes him standing much on top of that plate either. He's going to work him inside. See if he can get a jam shot, but he's missed twice in there. That one's down the middle. And a swinging strike 2. Solomon looks like I have a big gap in right center. He's frequented that on his extra base hits quite a bit.
Oh my goodness, did you see that? Catcher goes to throw the ball back to the pitcher and gets Solomon right above the ear hole in the helmet. Ball bounds over to third base. Bankston wants to make sure Solomon's fine, although Solomon just kind of looked down at the catcher and said, "Really?"
Former catcher himself, he's probably having a chuckle.
Fortunately, it was just going to be a lob to the pitcher, so it just kind of careened off the helmet of Solomon.
And here's the payoff pitch. It's grounded foul, hard down the right first base line. Bankston trying to keep his chest up a little bit, a little more drive toward the center of the field is what he's calling for.
Payoff again.
And this one, a near copy, but this one just fair and is taken to the bag by the first baseman. It goes 3 unassisted for the 3rd out of the inning. But your Tigers score 2 more, make the score 4-0 after the end of 3 full. We'll be right back. We're back live here, Hill College, home of the Rebels, for the top of the 4th. Sanford still on the mound. Tate Trueblood back at first base. We got Matt Natolo at second base. We got a switch at short and third as Landon Longsworth is now at short and Peterson is now at third base. But there's another fly ball to Ty Manning for another out. I believe that's the 5th fly out to center field for Manning.
It is, in fact. Every other out has been recorded at the plate. 10th out of the game. 5 strikeouts, 5 flyouts to center field.
So Manning likes that action. This brings the cleanup, number 44, who takes ball 1, check down to first base on the check swing, but a no-go by the first base umpire, who gave a quick signal. That's always refreshing that at least he was paying attention down there.
You know, you don't like when the umpire gets the thing that somebody has to explain to him what we're asking for.
Sanford back up. It's a 3-hopper out to the shortstop. Longsworth, a big gun across to the big cat, and there's 2 down in the inning quickly.
Nice to know the infield was awake anyways. That's the first ball put in play that Ty Manning didn't handle all by himself. 2nd out of the inning.
And Sanford looks to work quickly here. He's got, I believe this is the 4th pitch of the inning. See if he can get the Tigers back in the dugout.
I look to see the more aggressive batter here. He went down looking last time on a pitch that he didn't like being called strike 3. But he looks at strike 1 right down the middle. Curveball just missing low. Certainly caught a lot of the plate. 1-1 the count.
This one rides in on him, and the fastball riding in at 77, fouled between his legs into the Tiger dugout. Sanford now in control of the at-bat at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looking to get into the dugout and get his second shutdown inning, having had the Tigers put 2 on the board in the bottom of the first and 2 on the board in the bottom of the third.
He throws one away high, but a bit too high to get any type of swing or thought of a swing. And now missing outside to run the count full. The long arms of Austin Sanford.
Caught his jersey that time, so that's going to be a base earned by hit by pitch. Would have been ball 4 if he could have gotten out of the way. So it really was a moot point, but it did catch the jersey and get a time call.
If you're going to be hit by a 3-2 pitch, the one that brushes the jersey is the way to go.
No doubt about it. So that puts a runner at first with 2 outs. Brings up number 11, who struck out swinging last time up.
Big lead down there at first base. He's shortened it slightly, and Sanford comes to the plate for strike 1. I'm going to think we're going to see the A move right here as that lead gets stretched out again.
And
Sanford
Tigers,
into the stretch. And he
And
is
it
going to
is,
throw
and he's
over,
got him.
and he's got him.
No doubt. Had him leaning the wrong way. Nice move. Big Cat puts a tag on. We'll be back with the bottom of the 4th inning with your Tigers leading 4-0. Welcome back to Hill College, where your Dallas Tigers lead 4-0 over the Houston Miracles. Connor Lynch, the first batter of the inning. 5-pitch at bat. Flew out, got jammed, had one come off the knuckles basically, and shallow left field for the first out of the inning. That brings up Dawson Shelburne, the cleanup hitter, number 4. Takes ball 1 to start out his at bat.
Dawson had the big hit in the first inning, a double down the left field line, driving in Connor Lynch for the first run, and scored later on the error to the shortstop. That ball fouled out of play, running the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Catcher being very aggressive there, ran all the way into the dugout hoping to get the catch, but as soon as he entered the dugout, Blue called time, said out of play.
Dawson back in the box. 4th inning of work of number 37 here. On a hot, humid day here in Hillsboro, Texas. This is where we might see some misses. Ball's left up, and that one misses high, as I call that out, and it runs it to 3-1.
It's about as fast as we've seen him throw. He reared back on that one, 75 miles an hour. Clearly not a starting pitcher that got his position based on his speed. He's a crafty pitcher trying to get outs by spot. But he walks Shelburne there.
He misses here, and that'll put a man on with 1 out. Landon Longsworth, who last game we talked about how hard he's hitting it down to third base and just being robbed of hits. Let's see if he can do. There's a big hole in left center. Dawson on the pitch is down there, and he's in for a stolen base. Ball missed wildly outside. I don't believe it was a pitch out, but effectively was one, but Dawson meets the throw.
Lobbed down to second base. Got there in time in some ways, but it was a little left of the bag and a little short. Catcher just not able to put enough zip on the ball. Longsworth, first time up in this game, had a hard single for an RBI. Correction, reached on an error on a hard ball off the shortstop that bounded into left field. Matt Natola doubling as a miracle at that point picked up the ball and was able to throw Longsworth out at first base after he rounded just a little bit too much, but not before he got the run in to end the inning.
The shortstop not exactly holding the runner on, but shading over toward the bag. There's a big hole between short and third, and that's where Longsworth has been hitting a lot of balls.
Runner goes.
The throw is going to be there easily in time and retired on the attempted steal there.
You don't often see us trying to steal third with a good hitter like Longsworth at the plate. Not sure what the call was there or why we would do that. Bankston walking into the dugout and have a conversation with himself.
That's a swing and a miss, running the count full, and suddenly the Tigers are down possibly to their last pitch of the inning. What looked to be somewhat promising. That one's fouled and popped up. Could be in play, though, down the right field line. Right fielder makes a long run, but it's a foul ball. Again, not able to tell. There's no lines here. That ball looked to be about 5 or 6 feet foul.
Longsworth did a smart thing there. Ran it out. He was already 10 feet past first base when the ball hit the ground. Not taking any chances without being able to see whether they're fair or foul. So once again, we're full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Tigers leading 4-0. No men on.
That one fouled off. This one behind the screen down the right field side. And we're going to see the 8th pitch of the at-bat. This one's drilled out to left field. Left fielder who was playing deep.
It's
and
gone.
it is gone. A home run for Landon Longsworth.
Wow. Not knowing the ballpark, we couldn't call it off the bat, but it sure looked like it was gone off the bat. Right over the AT&T sign, in the air. Left fielder reacted, turned, gave it a few steps, but pretty clearly knew it was going out.
Beautiful at bat, 8 pitches, and just drills one deep to left field, straight over the left fielder's head.
That just makes that caught stealing at third base that much more painful. That's a run, obviously, if he's still standing out there at second base. But we'll take it. Tigers push the lead to 5-0, and it brings up Brandon Ernest. Struck out last time up. And swing and a miss here. Looking to become a base runner with 2 outs and get things going for the Tigers in a 2-out rally.
Not sure he took anything off that, but Ernest was well ahead of that one. Banged off the catcher and into the dugout. So the pitcher ahead now 0-1. This one rides in. Fastball at 78. So a little something extra on that one.
1-1 to count.
A very defensive swing there, happily fouling it off.
Yeah, that looked like a 2-strike swing there, so Ernest may have been confused on the count. That's one you just let go on a 1-1 count. But he really didn't want to swing at it, but didn't want to be called out, it appears, on a 3rd strike. Fouls that off over the first base dugout. So it's a 1-2 count this time. If he gets that same pitch, he'll do well to foul it off again. Gets this one down the middle, and he drives it right back up over the mound. Line drive bounds over the second base, all the way to the center fielder, and Ernest is standing at first, and the Tigers are in business. Brings up Chaz Peterson.
A well-placed seeing eye single right up over the mound, and not really hardly hit, but a straight single nonetheless.
Very seldom do you do poorly if you put it right back at the pitcher. And it found the gap, and it just kept going. Chaz Peterson playing third base now. Started out at shortstop, now at third base. Up to bat. Squares to bunt with 2 outs. Surprising there. Gets a called strike.
Had all players charging there. This is where Cameron likes to put the runner in motion, even with the speed of Ernest. He'll take the chance. Not going here, and Peterson fouls it back over the screen. And now down in the count, 0-2.
Off the bat, that looked like that was going to be in play for a pop fly out. I think both the pitcher, the catcher, and I thought that. But it gets its way back up over the screen. He's behind in the count. Going to have to go to work here. Runner goes.
And this one is in play. It's a pop-up. Second baseman is making the call and making the catch to retire the side.
And backpedal a little bit into the shallow right center, but had to play the whole way. And that'll end the fourth inning. Tigers put one more on the board with the home run by Landon Longsworth. Take a lead of 5-0 to the top of the fifth, where we'll be right back. This is number 11 there. Again. Isn't that how it always happens? We have some defensive substitutions. Matt Natola moves from second to third, and the first pitch is driven right to his left. Makes a diving try to stop it, but it makes its way out to the left fielder, who is now Chaz Peterson, moving from third base to left field. Brandon Ernest is now your second baseman. Tate Trueblood at first. No, correction, they've just made another switch. Looks like Brandon Ernest is now at first base. And Shelburne at second base. Tate Trueblood is headed into the dugout. Ty Manning center field. Brenton McMahon in right field. Pearson Monroe behind the dish. Landon Longsworth still at shortstop. When they came out to warm up, Brandon came to second and Tate was at first, but they've made some changes since then. So the Miracles are in business right off the bat, have their leadoff runner on. Down 5-0, they need to get something going if they want to be in this game.
That's a chopper up the middle. Longsworth, and the double play is made.
They get the call on that turn. Nice turn by Shelburne. Not absolutely lightning fast, but it was a firm throw over to first. Brandon pushes off first base very solidly. Blue makes the call, gives him the double play.
Goes
so the bases are
6-4-3.
6-4-3 clears him up.
On a two-bounce, a two-hop chopper, Landon fielded it cleanly, made a quick underhand, not an underhand throw, but a sidearm throw right over the bag, and made that possible.
Yep.
This one's fouled up in the air and off and behind the screen on the right side. That erased the leadoff hit and put Sandy back in command here in the top of the fifth. 2 outs, up, no balls and 1 strike.
Leaves that one up to the 8-hole hitter, number 7. First time up, he was able to get a single out to right field. Ground ball that just kind of found its way between first and second. Broke up the no-no.
A beautiful curve there coming in at 63 miles an hour, and had the batter way off his front foot and missing for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch.
Struck him out, got the call on the outside corner, and that'll end the inning in the top of the fifth. The Miracles go down in order. After the double play ball, the strikeout by Sanford to end the top of the fifth and take a 5-0 lead to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be right back.
I got it. The big cat up to lead off the bottom of the fifth, takes a ball outside. Number 37 still on the hill for the Miracles, but seems to be tiring a little bit. The strike zone is getting wider, or the zone is getting wider, and he's down in the count 2-0.
It's at the point where these batters really want to swing too. It's a 75-mile-an-hour fastball that's just missing. Obviously with a 3-0 count, Trueblood will be taking here, but I'm sure all the Tigers are looking to get a pitch they can hit because this guy's just not going to throw anything past him. Don't think we've had a strikeout in the game. We've only had 4 hits, but maybe 1 strikeout swinging.
And there's a hard hit ball that finds the 5.5 hole for a single for the big cat. who rounds first and retreats back to the bag for a leadoff single.
There you go. That's our 5th hit of the game. Like to see us put up some insurance runs. Be nice if we could get 3 runs this the bottom of this inning, huh, Paul? And just call it a day.
That's a good goal for us. And Pearson Monroe striding to the plate. A throw over, Big Cat on his stomach, back to the bag.
Got to make sure you get that uniform dirty for the dad who's got to stay in a hotel tonight. Another throw over.
And a little more dirt on the belly for the Big Cat. Stretches his lead out a little more. He basically fell on the bag last time, so it measured it up for him, and it's a ball outside.
Nice pick by the catcher to keep Tate at first base. That ball easily could have gotten all the way to the screen and had Tate down at second. 5-0 for your Dallas Tigers, looking to add to the lead in the bottom of the 5th. 8-run rule after 5, so we're looking to put 3 on in this inning and get out of here.
He shows the bunt, but pulls it back for a strike right down the middle. I think that was truly the fake bunt attempt. Just wanted to see a strike out of this pitcher who seems to be laboring a bit.
Yeah, maybe looking to see what the defense would do. Decide what we're going to do.
Big Cat stretching it out even further, but not going on the pitch, and gets the call on a ball that appeared to be out by a few inches, but now runs the count 1 ball and 2 strike.
Yeah, he's stretching the zone there. I don't think that's one that's been called a strike very often today.
Big Cat a little shorter lead this time, not going. Oh, a delayed steal actually, and he's going to make it.
Throw just comes up a little bit short. Second baseman does a great job to catch it cleanly off of 1 hop, but he's come almost to the grass by the time he makes that play. Trueblood slides to the back of the plate, or back of the bag, and has it pretty easily.
You don't see the delayed steal very often. It's amazing how effective it can be. They catch the catcher a little bit flat-footed rather than coming out of his crouch. And that ball gets back to the screen. Big Cat hustling all the way. Runs the count full. Man on third. Nobody out.
Looking for something productive here from Pearson Monroe. Obviously, if it's ball 4, you want to take it. But anything close, you got to put in play and get this run home.
Infield now on the grass for the Miracles out of Houston, as they look to cut down the run. And that's a ball up the middle.
Easily scores Tate, who was waiting to see what happened to the ball. Not sure that he should have stayed there as long as he did, but once that ball got through, obviously it was a jog home.
That's an RBI single up the middle, much like Brandon Ernest hit. It wasn't a very hard hit, but it found the right hole right over the mound.
Yeah, with the infield up there, shortstop did a great job to get over there and make a play at it, but really would have had no chance to make an out. Might have held the runner in if he could have gotten the ball down. Last batted out, Chaz Peterson comes in as the courtesy runner for our catcher, Pearson Monroe. Brenton McMahon at the plate. So turn the batting order over after the on-deck batter of Matt Matola. In the dirt again for ball 1. Catcher doing a great job to block that and keep Chaz at first base. Tigers won their last game by the 4-run run rule, 11-1. Love to get this 8-run run rule game done, save some more pitching for the weekend. Ball 2 outside, again low. The 37 clearly looking tired, as Paul said. Down a couple miles per hour and more in the 73 range.
And more importantly, missing the zone, missing his spots and missing the zone. Count goes 3-0 now.
Tigers will take here. Happy to get the what would be the winning run on base here. Meatball down the middle for strike 1. That's
wow.
one where
you would beg for that one again.
Boy, yeah, if you get a green light on that one, that ball may be out there where Langsford's is.
The 3-1 count out of the stretch. And that one is hit to deep right center. The right center fielder on his horse, but isn't going to catch that one.
2 hops and hits the base of the wall. Peterson rounding third and being sent. McMahon standing at second base with a stand-up RBI double. For the second time in the game, the Tigers score a runner from first base with a hard hit double that makes it to the wall.
And he got that same pitch out over the heart of the plate and did not waste it. Drilled it to right center, a ball that was drifting away from the center fielder, but just had too much carry. Carried, as Brian said, 2 hops against the 375, 20-foot wall out in center field.
So while we entered the inning with the Tigers only putting up 4 hits, the first 3 batters have reached on hits, 1 with extra bases, and that brings up the bottom of the order, Matt Natola here, who started out the game as the left fielder for the Miracles, now playing third base and batting 10th for the Dallas Tigers, has a chance, squares the bunt, pulls it back and takes ball 1, has a chance to bring to the plate the winning run.
And this is exactly where you see how important it is to Cameron to get this run in, willing to bunt up 7-0 to move the runner over with giving up an out, perhaps. So a sacrifice might be in play here. He's swinging away, and that'll do it, folks, as he rips it in right center. His second hit of the game. He's going to try to stretch it to a double and will do sliding, but that'll be the ball game for the Dallas Tigers. 2 doubles on the day for Matt Natola, 1 to right field, and that one hitting the gap in right center, and the Tigers with a second walk-off win. This one 8-0 through 5.
So that'll do it for today for your Dallas Tigers Baseball Network. We'll be back broadcasting tomorrow from Temple at Temple College. Your Dallas Tigers will be playing Game 3 of this World Series, putting themselves in wonderful position to be in the top bracket this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.